What is bioluminescence? Bioluminescence is light emission from a living organism.
Bioluminescence can be produced in a variety of ways, such as symbiotic relationships with bacteria, bioluminescent ink, and finally via an oxidative reaction of the molecule luciferin.
Many different animals, usually marine animals, use bioluminescence for a variety of reasons. Some of these reasons are attracting mates, because who doesn't love shiny things? Scaring off predators.
Boo!
Using it as camouflage. And luring prey.
Animals are also able to bioluminesce different colors or multiple colors depending on the wavelength emitted by excited photons. For this presentation, we will focus on the bioluminescence in firefly squid, Wadisenia scintillans, aka the sparkling Enope squid.
Firefly squid are cute little guys, only about 3 inches long. They live deep in the ocean, usually about 200 to 400 meters down.
Firefly squid bioluminescence in organs called photophores. These photophores cover a majority of the squid's underside, ventral side, of their body on the mantle, head, arms, and are focused on the tentacles and around the eyes. There are over 1,000 photophores on firefly squid that give the appearance of tiny polka dots all over the animal's body. They emit a deep blue light on the underside of the squid's body. These photophores can produce light in a huge variety of patterns, which can flash individually or in unison together.
Photophores range from very simple organs to incredibly complex organs. These organs can include shutters, reflectors, lenses, and color filters. Photophores are organs that are found in animals that bioluminesce and can either produce light via chemical reaction or symbiotic relationships.
The photophores differentiate as an outgrowth of the basal cell layer of the epidermis, from which they delaminate into the dermis. Reflector cells are formed from dermal fibroblasts.
Early photophore cells differentiate into 3 distinct cell types: photocytes, supportive cells, and lens cells.
Photophores consist of a lens, reflecting sheath, and layer of photogenic cells. Photophores receive a nerve and blood vessel, which proceeds to the photogenic tissue. Photophores are associated with dermal tissue, as well as nerve tissue and nerve cells. In early photocytes, there is an elaborate development of the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, and vesicles. This suggests that there is a large amount of secretion in photocytes. The supportive and lens cells differentiate by 2 different transformations of the microfilament arrangement of primordial photophore cells.
This chemical reaction in photophores that produces light involves the oxidation of luciferin and is catalyzed by the enzyme luciferase. This reaction is ATP dependent and produces light by exciting photons, creating what we see as light emitting from animals.
This reaction is incredibly complicated. and involves a specific luciferin molecule found only in firefly squid. Oh yeah.
We know that in the first step of the oxidation of luciferin, Mg2+, luciferase and ATP are used. Many steps in this reaction are not yet known or identified.
This reaction is highly dependent on oxygen as well as ATP. Researchers have recently hypothesized that other photoproteins are involved in the catalysis of this reaction. Researchers have recently discovered that these photophores are packed with tiny protein microcrystals that catalyze the reaction to produce bioluminescence. The squid is the only known organism to produce light using protein crystals. This is the only report of naturally occurring protein crystals that are able to catalyze a bioluminescent reaction. They have identified 3 homologous proteins that comprise the luminescent arm tip microcrystals. A variety of photoproteins have been sequenced and identified in photophores. Direct correlation between these proteins and the catalysis of the luciferin reaction is not yet known, but is still actively being researched. There are many proteins associated with bioluminescence in other animals, such as acorns and green fluorescent proteins. Firefly squid use their bioluminescence to attract tiny fish's food, escape from predators. The different flashing light sequences distort the squid shape, which confuses and scares off predators, and to communicate with other squid, including when attracting mates or signaling to a rival squid. This communication is special. It is believed that the firefly squid is the only type of squid that has color vision. Most squid have just one visual pigment, while the firefly squid has 3. This is because they have a double-layered retina. These adaptations are thought to have enabled the firefly squid to decode light patterns from other squid, as well as being able to distinguish ambient light, which is natural light from the sun, between bioluminescence from other animals. Bioluminescence has practical applications and uses for us. Biomedical uses, such as illuminating cancer cells in the brain to monitor progression and growth. Using these proteins and modified nerve cells in the brain to identify the nerve cells and tissues and identify their voltage.
High voltage!
As well as monitor electrical brain activity in a less invasive manner.
Ow! Excellent.
There are likely other mechanisms of bioluminescence that we have not discovered. This is partially due to the fact that a majority of animals that use bioluminescence are found in the deep sea without sunlight. This makes it incredibly difficult to find and identify animals that may exist that we have no idea about.
What the hell's yellow? Thanks for watching our video!
Like and subscribe for more of Ayla.